the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Road to the Finals. And be sure to vote on your top 2K TV WoW Alley-Oop of the Week. Tune in now. Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward Paul.
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
We've got basketball action. Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. The home of the Cavaliers, live on 2K Sports. The Detroit Pistons come into this one after the win against the New Orleans Pelicans. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
And what a luxury when you have depth. I mean, a lot of their scoring in that win came from their reserves. And make no mistake, they carried the load for that team.
Without question, the starters can't do it all game long. You need that help from the reserves, and they got it in that one.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jackson and Caldwell both the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova. Here's Irving. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
And that one's good by LeBron. LeBron's got his second basket of the night.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Now here's Freak, covered by Irving. Now here's Freak against New Orleans, who is really on his game. And that one's good. Drummond.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And here is LeBron. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. From 11 feet away, rebound, Detroit. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Irving kicks to James. Love with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Jackson kicks to Freak. 6 on the shot clock.
I gotta hold down the city.
The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Jackson gets the bucket.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Cavaliers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league. How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Now Cleveland moving it up. Jumps up, and James throws it down.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
And that one's good. Freak.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's James. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. LeBron's got 8 points.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
My time is now. Who said it was later? It comes natural. I got a competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming. They be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they've been ducking me. You see lots of them running. Challenges, I embarrass them. They a dime in a dozen. Full of fire just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it. You just lied to the public. I serve a purpose. You nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work. He ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this ship.
For the Cavaliers, Thompson, he's checked in for Bergeron. Mon Shumpert has come in for LeBron. Pistons trail by 12, and Detroit looking at who they've got. Freak in at point guard. Aaron Baines out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Marcus Morris, and it's Jackson in at the 2 spot. Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. 5 to shoot. The Pistons working the ball around now. Shot is off, and Cleveland will come the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans really lit it up. He had 21 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. It was the kind of game that coaches love because he was a big factor in every play, it seemed.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that one.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Irving dishes to Thompson. Drummond working against Bergeron. Good D by Drummond.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Freak with it. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Outside Jackson. Shoots the 3. And another 3 for Detroit.
shooting much better here in the second quarter.
Yes, very, very impressed with how much more alive they look here to get back in it. And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts in Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench, and Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
A different look now for Cleveland. Jefferson comes in for Anderson Varejao. And Smith subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Caldwell Pope checked in. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Irving kicks to James. Thompson against Drummond. The drive by Thompson. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Andre Drummond picks one up. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign Clark in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, and that's a good move. And with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contribution, missed a
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition. You attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Right side Jefferson trying to get back on track. That is good. Jefferson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pistons trail by 8. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Freak. Rebound by Smith.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Freak. It's hauled in by LeBron.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Cleveland. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, Detroit a game behind.
And right now for the Pistons, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
It's a pick by Love. Nobody near Williams. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight. Pistons trail by 8. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just...
And so that's the end of the...
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with LeBron James. LeBron.
Now you ain't got what it take to do it like me. Get your head up in the game or you can sightsee. Waiting for a hand.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here. In one half, he's checked in for Cleveland. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. And a switcher also for Detroit. Freaks checked in for Ilyasova. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Thompson are up front. And it's Jefferson in at the 3. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
The screen from Thompson. On the wing, Irving. And he's good on the 3-ball. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
James outside. Pass to Thompson. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Irving kicks to Smith. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 8 points for Smith.
And another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
Morris passes to Jackson. To the inside. And it's Freak missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Outside Irving. Out to Smith. Launches it. And it's Smith again missing. 1:57 left to play in the third. Here's Caldwell Pope, covered by Smith. Lets it go from 11. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Caldwell Pope's got 6. Cleveland leading by 10.
They be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they've been ducking me. You see lots of them running. Challenges I embarrass them. They a dime in a dozen. Full of fire just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it. You just lied to the... Public, I serve a purpose. You nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me. You can't
Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear
I'm the only captain.
Cavaliers with some changes. Anderson Varejão's checked in, and Irving subbed in for Williams. Detroit also making some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Marcus Morris comes in for Johnson. And Freak subbed in for Brandon Jennings. On the floor for Detroit, Freak is in at the point. Ilyasova out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Meeks in a 2-guard. Now here's Irving. He's guarded closely, and the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted and ultimately now has achieved.
And speaking of NBA parity, it's impossible to go from last to first in a single year, but it can happen in a 3-year span.
And that's all you really want from a fan's perspective. To illustrate the parity, all 4 teams in the conference finals from last year were different from the year before.
And he's good on the second.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded. All alone. Varejão grabs the board. Varejão's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Albert Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark 6th Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
And it's Freak missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
LeBron dishes to Varejão. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 5 assists in the game. Pistons shooting just 30% from the field here in the 4th. Now here's Freak. Tight defense on him. The steal. Cleveland's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Cleveland.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark, an all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah. And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Irving. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
James kicks to Irving. 29 seconds left in the game. The pass to Verija. LeBron James on the way. 5 on the clock. LeBron is doubled. Misses off the right iron. Here's Freak. And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the best.
You gotta forget about that one.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, tell us a bit about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was plenty of intensity on the floor.
We knew that today was going to have that type of feel. It's 2 teams.
I don't think you want to get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich.
Yo, Freak, what's up, baby? What's up? What's up? We see you.
Yo. What up?
Basquiat, let's go. Got that art for y'all, that real spit. They call me Basquiat.
I never had this feeling.
Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward Paul George.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Road to the Finals. And be sure to vote on your top 2K TV WoW Alley-Oop of the Week. Tune in now. Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward Paul George.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Road to the Finals. And be sure to vote. On your top 2K TV George.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Road to the Finals. And be sure to vote on your top 2K TV WoW alley-oop